Howdy folks, I want to walk you through a case study from a recent client that we started working with. I wanted to walk through their Google Ads account to highlight some of the key areas that I think a lot of businesses go wrong with Google Ads and talk about how you can turn this around and make things work. So recently we were approached by a floor cleaning business, a local business that does mobile cleaning services, pest control, and a whole bunch more. For the past 3 months, I've been working with a local agency to help them with Google Ads and driving more leads into their business. Unfortunately, things weren't going well. And things were starting to get a bit tense with the previous agency and this client based on the fact that they weren't seeing the results they were promised. Now, I did a quick audit on their Google Ads account and saw that, to be fair, the agency had done some really great things and even had built out a new landing page for the client. They had identified correctly so that the website, like you see in front of us, was not doing too great and it just looked unprofessional. It had a very basic user interface. The layout looked a little bit ad hoc and it looked like something that you get a mate to throw together, which is not the ideal outcome that you want when you're trying to pick up new business. So what we had quoted was to build out a custom landing page, which ended up turning into a whole website rebuild, managing the Google Ads and launching Google Performance Max alongside their search campaigns, and doing this within a closest time frame as possible. Now, we only have taken over the account since last week, but already I want to zoom in on some of the results that we've seen. What we're looking at is the results over the lifetime of the Google Ads. And we can see that they've had 563 clicks, 44 conversions, cost of $132 per conversion, and an impressions of 12,000. Now, if we look at the cost per click, the average cost per click was somewhere in the $10 to $15 mark. Now, that's sky high. And when we look at all conversions, they hadn't really been rock solid. They've been up and down in some periods of like really long, no leads into the business. Now, leads for this client are phone calls as well as lead forms on their website. So we can see here that over 12 weeks that it didn't really hit the mustard. And when we took on their account on Friday and launched our new campaigns, you can see that there's been a surge of new leads and a surge of new clicks coming in, as well as a surge of new impressions. Now, the reason for this is that they were focusing exclusively on Google search, and that was driving a sky-high cost per click. The average cost was around $11.60, whereas our new campaigns, which are not just targeting Google search, but anytime somebody searched for our industry keywords, we're then getting display ads to retarget them as well. Our cost per click since launching on Friday is 73 cents. We've already seen 2 conversions come through, and that's costing us $40 per conversion, both of these being leads on the website. When you compare that to the overall search campaign of $136 per inquiry, that's insanely good. We're talking a 3 times reduction in the cost per conversion to this client's business. Another big factor is the redesign of the website. So when we compare the old website, which had an image and then very basic text on the homepage and a contact us form below that, we've had the contact form as a free quote request at the very top of the page, along with a premium explanation of the business. We've got lots of call to actions with a phone number, get a free quote, and get a free quote at the top. And to be fair, this is actually the design that the previous agency had done for the client. So they did a pretty good job, I think. And the client just wanted to migrate this into his CRM so that he owned the designs and owned the page. A lot of agencies I find will sometimes build landing pages or really nice templates for clients, but then they own them. They're in their own proprietary software, when really it should be the client who owns these, right? Like you're paying your agency to build these pages. It makes sense for you to have access to them at all times. So this page we've used as the new website. We actually said to the client, look, if we're building this out, why not launch this as a full website? You've got this beautiful landing page, you're sending traffic to it. It's obviously working. So why don't we launch this as your main website and just copy over all of the pages that you have on your website? The client said, look, man, if you can do it, go for it. And we got that copied over and launched on Friday. I think this looks a lot better, a lot more professional. It gives people a lot of reasons why to choose them, as well as giving them frequently asked questions and again, a key call to action at the bottom for a free quote request. This is the type of page that you should have on any service business. You should have the call to action at the top, give people a chance to call as well. But what is the key thing you want them to do? If you want them to request a free quote, then make sure that is the clearest and strongest call to action on your website. So by and large, this new campaign and new account has gone off really well to start with. We're going to continue working on this account and trying to get this out there further, but it just goes to show the power of Performance Max in combination with search, as well as having a really clean to the point website that converts well and shows all the reasons why people should work with you can be a huge shift in your results. If you're wanting help with your Google Ads and you're a local-based business, reach out to us. You can book in a free discovery call with me and we can go through your account. Otherwise, you can always send us a message and have a chat further. Google Ads is a fantastic tool for any local-based business. And if you're not using it or you haven't had any luck in the past, doesn't mean that it doesn't work for your business. It just means that you probably just need to continue experimenting to figure out what can work for you. And I don't think it's rocket science. I think you need to have a really good website that helps close the deal, because your Google Ads will only do so much. So a landing page makes a world of difference, as well as using Performance Max and search in combination. That's it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this case study walkthrough of a real account that we've been working on. Again, if you want to book in a free consultation, you're always welcome to do so at socialgeeks.com.au/links. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and all the best with your marketing.